Hello from Diplomatic Language Services, and welcome to our podcast, Language Matters. We make language accessible to everyday people by discussing features which may not exist in other languages. I'm your host, Molly Sampson. Hello, and welcome to this episode of Language Matters. Today we are talking about Japanese, and I have with me today Yuri Sensei. Konnichiwa.
こんにちは、森さん。
And I also have Mercado Sensei. Konnichiwa,
こん
Mercado
にちは。
Sensei.
こんにちは、森さん。
Arigatou gozaimashita. So thank you very much for doing this. So Japanese, let's start with the writing system. A lot of people don't understand the complexities of it. So Yuri Sensei, can you tell us a little bit about the writing system?
There are three forms of writing in Japanese: hiragana, katakana, and kanji. We use all three styles in reading and writing.
Okay. So what's the difference between hiragana, katakana, and kanji?
Kanji is came from China. It's basically it's Japan originally didn't have the written form.
Okay.
So our ancestors learned from China that Chinese.
So you adopted the
written
Chinese
form.
writing system.
However, of course, the Japanese people were conversing even before that. So we have our own sound.
Right.
So, for example, one kanji symbol has original sound and also adopted Chinese sound, both.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
so very complicated.
I see. But the kanji, so the Chinese system, are the characters exactly the same as the Chinese characters? So is the meaning the same in Chinese and Japanese?
Okay, I cannot say all the meanings are same. Some of them are the same, but we changed it.
I see.
Yeah, and especially right now in China, they are using simplified Chinese characters, so which is very different from our Japanese kanji.
I see. But the Japanese uses the traditional characters.
Traditional one,
traditional
but we changed as well.
So there's some slight variations
yes.
in it. So if you guys pick up a Chinese newspaper, can you understand it?
Kind of guess, but not precisely.
I see. Okay, so that's the non-phonetic, the symbol-based system.
That's right. Yeah.
Okay, so tell us a little bit about hiragana and katakana.
Okay, hiragana and katakana are very phonetic. So it is written as we speak. So once you memorize 46 to 40, I would say 50.
Both
symbols,
systems have 48 or 50 sounds.
Yeah, if we include
Symbols,
the special white will be how many? Maybe 60 or something. I didn't count. Yeah, so once you memorize the sound, so it is very easy to pronounce.
I see.
Yeah.
So pronunciation, how is it easy to pronounce?
Because you need to know the 5 basic vowel sound. After that, you follow a combination of consonant and vowels, so you make that sound.
So it's, I know the vowel sounds are e, u, a, o,
Only 5. It's not
like Spanish.
That's right. In English, it's like can be or
yeah. So it's very standardized. And then you put a consonant, so it's like ka, ki, ku, ke, ko.
Yeah,
and
if
ba,
the
bi, bu,
consonant
de, bo.
beginning is a S, sa, not si, but shi, su, se, so. So, learning hiragana and katakana's pronunciation is not so bad.
Because there are some like exceptions.
Yeah. So can you talk about the difference between hiragana and katakana?
Okay, the big difference is that for katakana writing, we use for the foreign word, loan word for us. So, for example, Mori-san's name, Mori, writing katakana.
Okay.
And also the onomatopoeia, like sounds of the rain, crying of a baby, we write in katakana.
How does a baby cry?
Wah, wah.
Baby?
A baby.
Gya, gya.
Gaga.
Yeah, and also some animal names and plant names are written in katakana.
Is that because they come from foreign words?
Right.
I see.
Like lettuce.
Lettuce. Okay. And how about Your name is written in kanji.
Yes, because I'm Japanese, I have a Japanese names.
So if a Japanese person gives a foreign name, it's still written in katakana.
Yes, because it's a kind of fad in Japan that the parents want to name the kids with foreign sounds name like what? Lucy? No, I don't think Lucy. Or
Erika.
Lina, Erika. Yeah.
Ken.
Yeah.
Ken.
Ken. Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
So you use katakana for the foreign loan words and some other odd things. What do you use hiragana for?
Hiragana is let's see. So when you see the Japanese authentic material, for example, newspaper is a mixture of hiragana, katakana, kanji, and the hiragana parts are like a connection, like topic marker, and then possessive. Those connection, and then basically those is always hiragana.
Okay, so it's used for example, the possessive. So you say Mercado Sensei's notebook.
Mercado Sensei no noto.
Notebook.
Yeah,
Noto.
the part of no that should be hiragana.
So
Always.
So then actually Mercado Sensei would be in kanji.
Katakana. Mercado is
It's a foreign word, right?
Yes, the
Okay.
Spanish mercado.
Yeah.
So that's in American way, mercado.
And
So the
sensei would
part-
be kanji.
Yes, sensei.
And then the no,
Is a
the
hiragana.
ownership would be hiragana. And then noto, which is a borrowed word, would be in katakana.
Correct.
Okay, I think we got it. So let's talk about people learning Japanese from an English background. What do you think are some of the hardest things for your students or for English speakers to do or to learn?
I think there are a couple of different difficult parts for English-speaking people to learn Japanese. One of them is, I think, totally the word order is different. Yeah, so they need to know about it.
So in English, we use subject, verb, object, and you use
The subject, subject,
object.
object and verb.
Okay.
Yeah. So always verbs need to be at the end.
I see. I see.
Yeah, it's each time I start off the new class for brand new student, that part is something I emphasize always. Normally, topic comes first, topic or subject comes first, and then verb. Conclusion of the statement comes the very end. Yeah.
And there's also, you drop your subject sometimes too. In what cases do you drop your subject?
Especially you and I, we drop.
What about she and he?
She and he also drops. We normally use the person's real name. So, for example, I am talking to Mori-san. Instead of saying you, I said, Mori-san wa genki desu ka? So, if someone listens to that conversation, they may think that I'm talking to Mori-san or I'm talking about Mori-san.
I see. So yeah, it's very hard for English speakers to talk to somebody and call them by their name. So the word order and dropping the subject. So what else do you think is difficult? You guys know. So what is difficult?
Okay. As Margaret Sensei mentioned before, that no or what particles, I think usage of particle is very difficult.
Are there some in particular that are the most difficult?
The difference between subject marker and topic marker.
Yes.
And
know what this-
place followed by place, de or ni or all
So
the
it's kind of
differences.
like the way we use in and on.
Yeah,
It gets
yeah,
confusing in English
that's
too.
right. Yeah.
Yeah, and especially the difference between wa and a ga is so subtle. In English, when you translate, like Mr. Tanaka is coming, Tanaka-san wa coming, kimasu. Okay, Tanaka-san ga kimasu. In English, the same.
same.
Yeah, so the difference is.
So what is the difference?
Well, Tanaka-san wa kimasu. The moment we say Tanaka-san wa, so listener waiting, what happened to Tanaka-san? Okay, So what about Tanaka-san? As for Tanaka-san, he's coming. That is a topic marker. Okay, it's still unclear. Okay,
yeah.
fine. Now, when we say Tanaka-san ga kimasu, the speaker tried to draw the attention to the before ga.
I see.
So Tanaka-san ga kimasu, not Yamada-san, not Smith-san.
Oh, so it's kind of it's emphasizing the subject as opposed to the verb.
Right. So we automatically change the use of what.
Just based on how you feel.
Yeah, but it's a English-speaking learner has to think and then mix up,
choose.
But it's okay.
Okay.
Still, you can convey the message.
I see.
Yeah.
But you can't convey the subtlety or the nuance of what you're really trying to say.
Not easy.
One other thing that I think is interesting are counters. So you use counter words. Maybe you can explain it instead of me trying to explain it.
Depending on the counting object, we use the different counters. But before that, Japanese numbers is very easy. As long as you know from 1 to 10, you can count until up till 1,000 or to 10,000.
Okay, so it's a clear pattern. Yeah. But then when you go into counting things, everything changes.
Everything.
So you don't say one person, you say...
Hitori, futari.
Right, but hito is a person, right? Yeah. And ichi is one, but hitori doesn't sound like...
I know.
Ichi, hito, right? So so then how do you know which counters to use? Is there a category?
Yeah, characteristics of the object.
Okay, so humans.
Humans is nin or hitori, futari. Dogs and cats, small animals is hiki or piki.
Or thin objects.
What about big animals? They're different.
Ito, nito.
Depending on how big.
Like elephant. Ito, nito, santo.
Oh, okay. Yeah. But what about a giraffe? Is it
giraffe? Ito, nito, santo.
The same.
I think.
So are there only 2 animal markers, or we have many more?
More.
Oh.
Yeah, depending on the bird, we have a different one. Fish, we have a different one. Ordering sushi is different.
Oh, so food animals that are now
we
food.
We have how many? Tons of them. I even don't know all.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
So fish, yes, counter is... No, the fish is the same. It begin hiki. And then the shape of object. Thin or cylindrical like pencil. Or like a chunk,
like a flat
chunk.
piece of paper or a stamp is one thing.
Yeah. Or,
versus like a cup
or book
bottle.
And paper different.
Oh.
Book 1冊, 2冊, 3冊.
So, do most native Japanese speakers, do they make mistakes in the counters?
Yeah, we make mistakes. We don't know all.
Okay.
I do.
Okay. You do?
Once in a while.
Oh, you make mistakes.
I
thought you said you knew them all.
Yeah.
So, do non-native Japanese speakers make mistakes all the time?
Yeah, it's very difficult to memorize, but I don't think it's an important part.
No.
Oh, okay. So
what
if I say...
don't emphasize on that one.
If I say the translation, if I say 2 cups, so if I say ni kapu...
大丈夫です.
I
It's
can say
okay.
that?
Fine.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Because they should
Then I'm just
know.
going to do that. That's an easier
they
way
should
to...
know more
Except
important stuff.
Counting people.
Oh, you can't count people differently.
Well, I try not to. I mean,
Oh.
I tell the student, well, this is important.
Because it could be offensive by calling them an object, like relating
but
them to
counting
an
people is very easy. Just 1 and 2 are the exception.
I see.
Later, number plus nin.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
so it's easy.
I see. And the last thing I think we might want to talk about is the honorific system. I know you have a lot of levels of formality, or 2 levels, many levels? Many levels. How do you deal with that? When you teach, do you teach honorifics?
For the advanced student or upper intermediate, I choose. But we normally teach the medium one, both are good for street speaking and also for the upper level people.
I see.
Yeah.
I see. So you do talk differently to like a close friend
Mm-hmm.
versus a child versus a supervisor.
Yeah.
Or somebody is not so close or very close, we change the ending expression, that honorifics.
Okay. So the honorific is an ending.
Yeah, we attach.
Part of the-
or
what do you attach it
attach the
to?
beginning.
You
For
attach
example,
it to the subject or to the verb?
Both.
Both.
Prefix or, both.
I see.
There are many ways.
I see. Okay. And well, actually, I said that was going to be the last one, but I think I was going to ask one more. What is very easy for English speakers to learn in Japanese?
Very easy.
Yeah.
pronunciation is quite straightforward, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Like we were
agree.
talking with the limited vowel sounds.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
pretty easy.
It's not so bad. Yeah, we don't like the bite lower lip, those curls, the lip, tongue, those at the little delicate motion, we don't do.
Yeah, I am telling my student that in Japanese we don't change the shape of mouth a
And you
lot.
just yeah.
So in English you say or you do a lot. No, we don't have that kind of motion.
I see. And then you guys had mentioned before that the tenses are fairly easy as well. You just have the two tenses,
Yeah. As a form, only two tenses.
past and present.
Present.
Yeah.
And the present takes care of present and future both, and then past takes care of present perfect and past.
Right.
So we kind of figure out in a context.
Good. Okay. Well, our last discussion is going to be about idiomatic language. Are there any cultural sayings, proverbs, or idioms that you guys think are
I think
funny or
Yuri
interesting?
Sensei has a very good one.
Yeah, I think like 石の上にも3年 It means 3 years on a cold stone boulder.
3 years?
3 years on the
Like your ear?
no,
right?
3 years.
3 years.
Yeah.
I see.
On the boulder stone.
3 years on a
So
stone.
it means if
Oh, sitting 3 years.
yeah,
on
I
a
said I
stone.
forgot. Sitting on the 3. Yeah, and it means if you sit on the stone for 3 years, the stone will get warmer,
I see.
even though the cold one. So it means don't give up, be patient, and you will be successful.
Oh, sounds very Japanese. Mercado Sensei, did you have any?
Well, okay. It's another one. I just happened to talk about that with a student this morning.
Oh, okay.
Ishi, rock. Ishibashi means stone bridge. Okay. Stone bridge made out of stone. Ishibashi o tadaite wataru. Crossing the stone-made bridge by hitting here and there indicates somebody is super careful. Make sure. I mean, stone bridge should be very firm and sturdy.
Right.
But some
they're
people
even so careful, they tap
Yeah, tapping
and to
around
check
and make
that it's
sure
not
it's
gonna
okay.
fall. I see.
Yeah,
I
and then
see.
some people is so careful, even the breaks the stone bridge. No, I'm kidding. But it's ishibashi o tadaite wataru. So,
One more.
Oh, yes, please.
猿も木から落ちる。
that's a good one.
猿 is monkey.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you may have that kind of similar proverbs in English. Even monkeys fall from the tree.
Okay.
So it means even the expert, skilled person make mistakes. So don't worry.
Yeah. Okay,
Nothing is perfect.
Right.
Yeah,
Oh, maybe I'll use that in English because that seems kind of obvious.
Yeah.
I can't think of what the equivalent of it is in English, but I think there are probably
Yeah,
plenty.
there is. Yeah, in
Yeah,
English.
so-
Yeah.
Okay, well, thank you very much, or arigato gozaimasu.
どういたしまして。
Sensei and Yuri
どういたし
Sensei.
まして。
Thank you for joining us for this episode of Language Matters. To our listeners, you can continue the conversation by tweeting us at DiplomaticLS, or you can find us on Facebook by searching for Diplomatic Language Services.